Hi, my name is Talia. Excuse me. Hi, my name is Talia. Welcome to Talia Nerds Out. I just wanted to quickly do a video because I saw the tag It's Not That Bad book tag. It was originated by Melinda. Looks like her name is both stories. I'll put her information down in the description. I haven't actually watched her video for this tag yet, but I do intend to. I actually saw first this tag from a different creator, and the name is Susan. Sorry, my brain is just not doing anything well right now. Name is, just trying to find it on Instagram, Susan Jackson, and I'll put her information down as well. And that's the name is on her channel, so that's my full name instead of like just whatever. Anyway, kind of not making sense. But yeah, It's Not That Bad book tag. So there's 10 questions plus a bonus question for the prompt. The first one is, and I guess the idea is, what's considered bad habits that you still end up doing when you're reading. So the first prompt is, do you dog ear your books? And I do not. I actually get really annoyed when I see bent pages, like on purpose bent pages in my book. I am more likely to grab like a tissue or something and stick it in a book than I am to dog ear it. The next question is, do you annotate your books? Now, I do definitely do that one. I actually, in one of the books I'm currently reading several of the books that I'm reading for the Big Book Summer Challenge, I have not only highlighting, but notes I've written. Now, I can't find, sometimes it'll be like a definition of a word that's a bit unusual, or just something that ties in with a different book that I've read. I have more in the book I'm reading about Ehlers-Danlos than I do in this one. It doesn't always work well for me when the pages are a bit glossy, like for the Ehlers-Danlos book, the Disjointed. I usually have to put like some sort of sticky notes over that note until the note dries, because otherwise it'll kind of rub off on the other page because it's got those glossy pages. I actually want to watch some videos on annotating books to see how I can learn some tips, see other people's habits with that, maybe see if I can find something I like. Now, 3, do you roll covers or break spines when you read? No, I don't do that. I have fairly large hands, or long hands, so for a smaller book, if I am going to be holding it, now my hands do tire easily, but I'll just hold it like that. Or more likely, I use my book holder, because I tend to read at a desk anyway, so I'll just use that to hold the book open for me. Every once in a while I'll use something to keep the book open, one of those little they're like rubber, it's just a heavier piece of rubber to kind of keep the book open if it's laying flat. And I'll sometimes use that. Some of the point I might bring that out. I wasn't prepared to bring it with me this time. So no, I don't roll covers or break spines. Do you listen to something while you read? Infrequently. Usually if I do, it's something that doesn't require a lot of focus, like a field guide where I might just sort of be gathering the information, but it's not like I feel like I need to absorb in the same way like I would a novel or a history book or anything, because the field guides are more of reference books anyway. I'm just kind of glancing over them to get an idea of what's on there, so I'm not reading them quite the same way. So I can kind of listen to something in the background that, but usually I just need complete silence. I can't listen to music, nothing. It's just like when I write, I just no noise. Preferably. Do you read in the bathroom? Yeah, I think that is pretty much the case for most people. Usually, if I will try to grab a book on my way there, just so that way I have something with me. So, yeah, that's yes. Do you read in water, such as in the bathtub, in a pool, etc.? No, I do not. Not anything really that I've done. Do you DNF? Not a ton. I am more likely to. I don't consider DNFing the same way. I intend to get back to it. Like, I might not be willing to finish it at that time, but it's kind of like I'm putting it on pause and putting it away, but not truly DNFing. It's rare that I do a true DNF. I have done it a couple times, though, where I'm like, yeah, this is horrible, I'm never going to finish this. Do you ever read ahead or skip to the end of a book? I do not. Now, I have in more recent years, since I now have issues. I have a dysautonomia, POTS specifically, but I am constantly in a hyperadrenergic state where I'm like in a state of fight or flight, and sometimes reading things that are a little bit more exciting can send me into a flare. So if I know that the book is exciting, or if I know the movie is going to be exciting, sometimes I try to spoil it for myself. Like, I'll listen to videos that are dissecting it, so that way I kind of know what's coming next, in order to still be able to read that book. Now, that being said, even though I have completely ruined the Hunger Games books for myself, I have not, as of yet, finished that series, even though I intend to now that I know what's coming next. I just am kind of trying to prepare myself for it. But I've never previously been someone to read ahead or skip to the end of the book or spoil it for myself. And I still don't skip to the end of the book or anything like that. Are you book-polygamous? I am, very much so. I don't have a whole lot of self-control when it comes to starting books, and I generally have, it's a small amount of books if I only have 2 going at a time. It's kind of like with my knitting projects. I generally have at least 4 or 5 going at a time. I can get it on a period of time where I just want to focus on one thing, one book, but generally I have other ones that I can and will pick up based off of what I'm doing. I do try to have an audiobook going as well as one Kindle book, just because sometimes you just are not able to bring a physical book with you for whatever reason, or it's less convenient to. Now, example of being book polygamous, I wasn't intending to add any more books to the Big Book Summer Challenge, and I decided I'd end up not having self-control, and I ended up starting Lemise. So I wasn't supposed to start this. I have enough books that I have going right now for that, because I'm currently, for that challenge, for example, I'm reading the Lindisfarne Gospels, Society, Spirituality, and the Scribe by Michelle Brown. I'm also currently reading The Sword of Shannara, Disjointed, The Life of Christ by Fulton Sheen, Lemise. I just started listening to Rush by Stephen Fried. It's about Benjamin Rush, who is one of the founding fathers. So yeah, that's only a few of the ones that I have going at one time. I then also have ones that that I have running through the year because it has different sections for different parts of the Historathon. For example, where is it? Marking the Hours. It had a medieval section, but it also has a Reformation section. So I'll be starting that next quarter in July. There's also the other one that I'll be doing that with is Medicine and Religion. I had part of it for antiquity, part of it for medieval era, and now the next part will be from 1500 to 1820. I also intend to start for July, for Jane Austen July. I have a book that covers talks about Jane Austen's writing. I can't remember the title, but I have it at my desk. So that I will be starting, even though I have a ton of other books going. So yes, I am very much book polygamous. Do you own more books than bookshelf space? Yes, I absolutely do. I need to purchase more on Kindle. My problem is that some of the books I want to read are not available on Kindle, and my local library is a small one. And as I have mentioned before, I am homebound, so I generally wouldn't go to the library in that way anyway. I try to use Libby, and I have several library cards through that. But even so, some of the books I want to read simply are not there. I wish, some of the colleges, like Oxford or Yale, would allow you just to purchase for a decent price a library card to use Libby or something, but as far as I can tell, they don't do something like that except for their students. So I can't get academic books that way, unfortunately. So yes, I am currently trying to work through some of my yarn stash so I can make more room for books on my bookshelves / yarn shelves. And the bonus question is, do you ever take a book without leaving a book at a little free library? I have actually never used those little free libraries. I grew up I spent most of my life until I was 12 on Air Force bases. And as far as I can tell, we didn't have free libraries on the little free libraries, where you get a book in return and then give a book. I don't think we had those kind of little free libraries on base. I mean, there were actual libraries, full-on libraries, but I don't think I ever saw one of those little free ones before until we got here, till my dad retired, and then I feel like we only fairly recently, by fairly recently, I mean at least within the past 10 years, had a free library set up where I saw it on my way to work a couple of times when I was still working, but I never made use of it myself. I just sort of noted that it was there. But yeah, so no, because I haven't used little free libraries. So yes, I think I've answered all the questions. I would like to do later on a video, maybe for Big Book Summer, but I think that I need to go right now, and so I will see y'all later. Have a great day. God bless. Bye.